Welcome, everyone. If we have not met, I'm Dr. Toni Camacho, and I absolutely adore helping people realize their and set their intentions. Achieving goals, I feel, is not just for the new year; it's a life. So I am a holistic health practitioner, herbalist, Reiki master, success and love attraction coach, doctor of psychology, specializing in Tibetan Buddhist psychology. And throughout my years of practice and training, I have been influenced by many mentors, spiritual practices, and schools of thought. And I have learned and worked with and received many endorsements from some of the most successful people on the planet, like Jack Canfield, Patty Aubrey, and Lisa Nichols. This provides me with a wealth of information and experience that I can share with you and to help you to get from wherever you are to wherever you want to be in whatever area of your life, whether it's personal, health, career, or business. If you have any questions during our time together, please feel free to post them and I will do my best to respond quickly. Are you ready to start? Well, I am so ready. So for now, I'm gonna turn off the screen so I don't distract you with my hand gestures, and we can get started right after that. In this webinar, I'm going to focus on helping you succeed in the new year when it comes to accomplishing your goals that are sustainable throughout the year. The webinar covers everything from goal setting, mantras, motivational music, healthy habits, and a lot more. No matter what your goals are for this year, the most important thing is that you have a clear and realistic view of what you want to achieve. Nothing will happen overnight. For that reason, it is important that you have motivation and the ability to self-motivate for those things when achieving your goals seems too much. That is why I thought we introduced the idea of mantras in this class. A mantra does not have to be part of a religious or spiritual practice, though many religions do use them during the prayer. However, mantra in its most basic form is simply a word or a phrase that is repeated to aid with concentration or centering or focus. Buddhists and Hindus use them in their prayers. Many top athletes use them in training. Successful entrepreneurs have used them to inspire them and to start the day for many years. And there's no reason why you cannot do it. To do them is very simple. This is what I'm going to ask you to do. Choose a mantra. It can be from anywhere. Just make it positive. Write it down. Place it somewhere visible. And share it with the group if you want. My favorite is, if you want to achieve greatness, stop asking for permission. And the other one I love is, I am open and receptive to all the good that the universe has to give me. I understand that many people feel like making big life changes that last are very difficult and that they require a lot of support. Well, this year I'm encouraging you to take responsibility for your own path. It can be tough, I know, and it can be a tough truth to realize, but as soon as you come to terms with our own sense of autonomy and realize that only we have the power to change our own life, it can open doors. I mean, it is worth doing. If you're willing to do the work now, which I know you are because you're joining me in this experience, you can enjoy the process and enjoy the outcome of taking personal responsibility from your goals, wherever they may be. It is worth it. When you hear me say, take 100% responsibility, how does it make you feel and why? Who am I to be successful? Who am I to get what I want? Who am I to achieve my goals? Who am I to be proud of myself? Believe me, I said all of these things to myself at some point or another in my life. And I can tell you that nothing changed in my life until I realized one thing. Nobody's going to do it for me. You have every right to be proud of yourself, every right to strive for the happiest, most fulfilled version of you, no matter what the circumstances, and nobody knows what that is for you except for you. If you ever played it small for anyone or anything, belittle achievements or pretending you were less than you were for getting there, let us know in the comments. We all have gone through it, and it would be nice to know that we're not the only ones. My goal is not just to help you achieve the goals you set for yourself, but allow yourself to enjoy the feeling of getting there when you do, celebrating every obstacle that you overcome and every negative emotion with the reward it deserves. And trust me, it is worth it. One of the best strategies I found that works well when trying to have self-discipline is to have a buddy or someone to talk to about your progress. This person doesn't judge, hinder, or influence your progress, but simply serves you as a way for you to ascertain your goals. Say it out loud. By saying out loud to someone, you turn a wish into a reality and into something that exists outside of your own head. This is also a reason why we write things down. The simple act of telling someone about your goals can encourage you to continue at times when you're likely to or tempted to quit. Imagine going back on your word to someone you love. This step is to encourage you to tell someone close to you about what you're aiming for. Leave a comment below and let me know who you're planning to let into your life or who you're already telling about your goals and dreams. A key element for those who achieve better and more sustainable results is stamina. Some people call it grit, like Angela Duckworth, and others simply call it willpower and determination. The science of goal setting and achieving it should be considered a marathon rather than a sprint. Whatever you want to call it, goals require dedication and the ongoing desire to succeed. This is why I keep restating the importance of having a clear goal. The easier it is to recall your goal when it seems like all you want to do is give up, the easier it will be to get yourself back on track, especially if you know why you're doing things. In order to clarify this goal, I love if you could narrow down your aims by doing this quick exercise. And this is a challenge for you. Use as few words as you can to explain your what, why, and when. What your goal is, why you want to achieve it, when do you aim to do so. Some simple examples, and they're all hypothetical here, that you can use are get a promotion, save money, and travel in January or next year, lose 10, 20, 100 pounds, have more energy, take my son skiing next winter. You can leave yours below if you want, if you feel like sharing, or simply write it down somewhere and share it with someone that's close to you. My client Angie learned how powerful it is to be clear on your what, why, and when to achieve your goals and dreams during my mastermind group. And this is what she had to say. I am thankful to know Toni. She is a beautiful spirit and her heart is wide open, which makes her a wonderful conduit for healing on many levels. I recently became a member of her Create the Life of Your Dream support group, and I am so glad I did. I have written goals down in the past, but her group helped me to better define my goals and offer tools on how to make them more attainable. I highly recommend Toni's services to anyone. As you're already watching this webinar, you have obviously started using the resources available to you on the internet, online expertise, and like-minded people to connect with. However, so many people simply don't use the things they have access to already to help them. What other resources do you think you have available that you might be underutilizing? Share with us, because maybe we are doing it too and we don't know, but by you giving us ideas, we can start utilizing them. Do you live close to a gym or fitness center that you could join? Now that could be an opportunity that you might not be using. Another one is, a friend or family member an expert in a field you might be seeking to join? Why not ask them for advice? Looking for a partner to join forces with or place to start your business? Advertise yourself. Actively seeking what we want is the only way to achieve it, because as harsh as it sounds, the chances of somebody coming along and handing you an idea, opportunity, or the perfect environment for you to manifest your goals is highly unlikely. So get going. No matter what the goal, as soon as you start implementing your steps to achieve it, you run the risk of becoming bored as the new routine becomes your norm. An easy example here would be to aiming to eat healthier food and end up eating the same food for every meal, not varying it enough to keep yourself motivated. This and doing the same exercises every time you go to work out, taking the same running routine wherever you run, you can see how it can get monotonous. There are so many ways to get creative about how you achieve your goals, and knowing that there is not just one richer way to get there is actually quite refreshing. From countless healthy versions and recipes of your own favorite foods, new places to run or work out, to even something as simple as sitting in a different seat in your favorite cafe as you work can inspire a fresh new perspective. Or change cafes, go to a Starbucks, then go to a different one, or to a bookstore. And that's the point, isn't it? To enjoy every step, not just endure it. I mean, believe me, the pleasure of achieving a goal is as much pleasure in the journey than to achieve it. People rarely succeed unless they have fun in what they're doing. Now, let us know, how can you keep your next few steps fresh? Following on what I said in the last slide, and in the interest of keeping things fresh, I recommend you first set a plan lasting between 2 to 4 weeks, depending on the goal and your current proximity to it. Weeks 1 and 2, you set out a strong pace for your new year, fully clarifying what it is that you want to achieve. What will it take to get you there? And what will it still need to do in place in order for you to do it? Download plus fill out your personal goal achievement plan that I have set out for you, and you can go to my website and download that. Your initial goal setting worksheet from the beginning of this class will be the help to get you there. Set your intention at the start of each week, choose a mantra, decide on a meal plan, book your fitness classes, make a call to schedule a meeting you've been putting off, etc. Whatever it is, just start writing it down. Do all of this while taking into account the necessities, the daily grind, your work, your social engagements, responsibilities, and commitments outside your personal goals. It is so important to make this new lifestyle work for you. That's why you need to take in consideration your current lifestyle too. If this is causing you issues, you may need to reconsider whatever area is problematic for you. This is your life after all. If something is hindering your progress towards achieving your goals, this is where we take action against it. Do something about it. Week 3 can actually prove to be the most important week of your plan. The third week is traditionally the time when things get a little bit harder. The previous 2 weeks we gone well because we had the mental stamina, motivation to continue, and now it's starting to wane. Even if you don't practice yoga, this quote can be used in context to any reluctance or waning energy. The yoga pose begins when you want to leave it. It is pushing through these hump days, thoughts, and Wednesday, yeah, is the third day, right? Of returning to bed and not continuing with what the first 2 weeks set out to do. You had to push through. Set out that, whatever technique that helps you increase your chances of succeeding. In fact, every time you overcome thoughts like that, it lessens the likelihood of failure. So your plan for week 3 should continue what weeks 1 and 2 set out, with a little bit more awareness of how the work is making you feel. What difference do you feel in energy and motivation, and your motivation to continue achieving your goal? Write them in your week 3 review and compare them to the weeks before. Start writing down when you notice these shifts in whatever capacity they arrive, and continue to follow your plan. But I guess the point of this is that week 3 is going to get hard, and if you're aware of it, just push through it and find ways to get you through it. Like, start planning or creating ideas of how to get to the next day. Before we go any further, I want to draw your attention to the single most likely person who's going to stop you from achieving your goals this year. Guess who? It is you. It is so easy to trick yourself into believing you're doing things that will progress us forward, when actually we're leaning on the comfort of the previous practices or habits that ultimately led us to where we are today. Remember, if you keep doing the same things over and over, you're going to get the same results. So try something different. I encourage you to be aware and honest with yourself about whatever area in your life you're seeking to improve. When you're feeling in your weekly review section of the weekly goal achievement plan, make sure you answer the questions honestly. There is no need to share them. They are for you. Be honest with yourself about where you're headed, why you're going there, and what's in store for you, and if you don't do it. Writing things down is one of the best ways to ensure accountability for your thoughts, goals, and actions. It clarifies ideas, dreams, intentions, and makes them more achievable by physically engaging you. It helps with motivation. It helps with recognizing emotions and thought patterns. There are so many more benefits to writing things down. So just write them down, and I encourage you to read them if you're having trouble and you need to clarification. Just go back to your notes and read the why. Why are you doing what you're doing? You will face times when your goal seems unachievable. It could simply be your perception, or it may be actually circumstances. And in these times when your vigilance is tested, here's the list of some to-go methods to help you in these times. Make an immediate to-do list. What can be done right now to ease your struggle? Get rid of social media. Temptations to compare yourself or waste time when it's never a good thing during a difficult day. Remember that what you're grateful for. Applaud yourself for how far you come, not on how far there's still left to go. Do what makes you happy. Sing, dance, be silly, get yourself back into the lighthearted version of you that you started this challenge, full of motivation and energy. Move your body, even if your goals aren't fitness related. Movement has a profound effect in uplifting your moods and productivities. Start small. As always, don't expect good things to come without effort. Baby steps, one step at a time. We cover mantras, quotes, goal setting, and planning. Now, here's one that will truly uplift and help you start to make progress, and that's motivational playlists. It's been proven repeatedly that uplifting music has a positive effect on your outlook. And studies such as and studies and further prove that our motivation can also benefit from it. There are plenty of playlists out there on Spotify, YouTube, or elsewhere, all geared towards helping you boost your productivity or encourage you to get out of the and move your body. But I found the best way to truly engage with a playlist is to create one yourself. What song that really get to your heart beating, head bobbing, and motivational spiking? Make a playlist for yourself. Don't use any sad songs or songs that you do enjoy but bring you down. The lyrics have to be positive and motivational. While music is definitely something which can serve as a catalyst for us to achieve our goals, there's a multitude of other factors which influence our mood, motivation, and likelihood to succeed. When attempting to make lifestyle changes or implement new habits, it's important to consider these as your chances of success depend on them. An untidy room or cluttered home environment. This increases the chances of becoming bogged down in old habits, old clothes, old possessions, items, and reminders of the lifestyle you're trying to change. Should you really, so you should really clear them away when seeking to implement lasting change. Diet and exercise is another one. Even if you're not seeking to make drastic changes in your diet as far as your New Year's plan, we must always be considerate of the food that we eat when attempting to maintain or achieve any kinds of goals. Another one is personal relationships. This can be a tricky one as we're not always aware if a relationship might be hindering our progress or preventing us from taking steps towards new goals until we start our journey towards achieving them. Being open and honest about your goals with loved ones is ultimately the best way to cultivate a stronger connection and sense of support. That way, if something goes wrong, you have the support. And if something goes right, you have someone to celebrate. It's a win win, really. Now, think about it. What environmental factors are holding you back? Always have that personal motivational story, picture, or image ready to present yourself with whenever you feel close to burning out. What made you want to make the change? External motivation and end goals can be good, but there's ultimately nothing like a personal sense of fulfillment when it comes to dreams, goals, and achieving success. If anyone feels like sharing their personal motivation in the comments below, I'd love to see more. As many of you are entering into the new year with intentions to improve your diet or fitness regimen, I thought I'd include at least one post focused solely on achieving this. All of the affirmation plan, goal sheets, and resources can be used to help you on your weight loss or fitness journey. And I like to pay particular attention to the ones that focus around being aware. Awareness is critical when it comes to achieving health related goals because every one of us is so different, from body type to motivations to previous illnesses to success or failures. Cultivating body awareness is something I feel quite strongly about, and I sincerely hope that you might consider it a little bit more. It is vital to understand your weight loss, exercise, or fitness plans must be tailored for you and your lifestyle. There's no point in comparing or contrasting it to anyone else's or blindly following online advice without personalizing something that suits your needs. Wise up. There are advertisements everywhere promoting health related products and services, and it's important to know exactly what you were getting into when you decided to use them. I thought it might help if we could share at least one product or service we have found to be positive benefits. And before starting them, please make sure that these recommendations fit your diet plan. I mentioned this in an earlier slide, but I feel it's very important to a point to return to, which is especially since we're nearing to the end of our time together. Ultimately, no matter what New Year's goal you're looking to achieve this year, I want you to leave this class today with the knowledge that you deserve to enjoy every single moment of meeting that goal. When it becomes like a chore, when you feel down, negative, or disillusioned with your potential for success, that's when you know something needs to change. It could be your attitude, your actions, or your reasoning and motivation for striving. When this happens, return to your intention, your motivation, your mantra. What is the reassurance you need to get back on track? Where will it come from? Break down the larger issues into smaller, manageable steps. You begin to realize that lasting change is possible. Our minds are most powerful tools in the setting and achieving our goals. And if nothing else, I really hope this lesson has helped you realize that. I'm telling you, all of these techniques work. You just have to try it. My client Katie learned all of these and other techniques during my mastermind group, and she feels like she's finally clear on how she's going to reach her goals and live her dream. This is what she had to say. I had the privilege of attending Tony's support group, Creating the Life of Your Dreams. Tony's an outstanding speaker and is knowledgeable and supportive on whatever she teaches. The group was a mix of information, inspiring, and fun. She really helps us get clear on their dreams and how to take real steps to put them into action. The exercise we did actually worked. Tony really knows her stuff, and I look forward to continue working with her in the future. I understand that there are probably several emotions coming to the surface right now: excitement and overwhelm. I want you to know that both are great emotions. Your excitement will drive you, and the overwhelming will force you to take this process more seriously. Your goals for the new year will hopefully add to a higher quality of life, not just for you, but for your friends and your family too. You can be the inspiration they might need to take similar steps. If you like, you need support on this journey, I am happy to help. And I love guiding people who are already in their journey, and I will love to help you get there to the next level. Thank you for taking the time to experience my class. I love sharing this topic with people who are eager to achieve their goals, and this group is just fantastic. If you have any further questions, please post them below or email me at contacttony with an I at drtonycamacho.com. The email will be in the last slide so you can write it down. I'm always here to support you. Also, join my support group if you're looking for support and ideas on how to stay on track with your new resolutions and your goals for this year. We meet once a month through Zoom, so you can join for any time and wherever you live. I really enjoy our time together, and I have had a number of you reach out with questions. So just know that I'm here for you. Please let me know the number one takeaway you had from this experience. Also, if you feel like you need support on this journey, I'm here to help. And finally, remember this quote: there are 2 days in the year where you cannot do anything. Yesterday and tomorrow. Only today you can be happy, smile, dream, love, and be thankful. Please share the most valuable piece of information you learn with your friends and families. Also, if you feel like you need support on this journey, do not hesitate to ask for help. I hope that this experience exceeded your expectations and that you feel well equipped with the knowledge, resources, and tools to finally reach your goals and dreams.